Ilagay ang good sagot sa caption with the following hashtags. Hashtag AMRSP, hashtag ATTY habits, hashtag scramble panalo, and then your answer. No need to comment on our live video po at no need to message our page.
Ang pinakaunang makashare ng tamang sagot.
Good evening, Philippines and the rest of the world. Today is August 21, 2020, and it's the vigil for the Feast of the Queenship of Mary. And at last, thank God, it's Friday.
Let us welcome the weekends together with the religious men and women in the Philippines. I am Father Azel Cortez of the Order of Friars Minor.
Join us tonight and be updated with the latest in consecrated life, the church, and society. I am Sister Happy Montecillo of the Daughters of St. Anne.
We will be your companions in your new religious routine every Friday evening. We are
The 8 p.m. Habits.
And we are very fortunate tonight to have our special guest co-host, Sister Emmanuel Lomeda of the Religious of the Assumption. Welcome, Sister.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you. My pleasure to be here.
What an honor.
Nahiya ako bigla.
And maybe they're wondering why we're having Sister Christy tonight. Later, sa POV, malalaman nyo kung bakit siya ang ating special guest.
Yes.
It's Friday! Prize Day! Panibagong linggo para maglaro at manalo. At ngayon, mayroon tayong brand new game na tatawagin natin Scramble Panalo.
Ayusin lamang ang mga jumbled letters ng ating mystery phrase for the week. At kada segment, padali ng padali ang pagkakaayos ng mga letra. Kaya dapat manood hanggang sa dulo ng ating programa para Scramble Panalo!
Nakaka-excite ang ating bagong laro. Kaya naman, heto na ang unang pasilip sa ating mystery phrase. Kung alam mo na ang sagot, pindutin na ang share button at ilagay ang good sagot sa caption with the following hashtags. Hashtag AMRSP, hashtag ATTY habits, hashtag scramble panalo, and then your answer. No need to comment on our live video po at no need to message our page.
Ang pinakaunang makashare ng tamang sagot sa kanilang Facebook accounts ay mananalo ng 200 pesos worth of cellphone load from AMRSP and the 8 p.m. Habits. I-message kayo na aming staff through Facebook para malaman kung paano i-claim ang prize.
Congratulations to Ms. Cynthia Esquilona, our last week's 4-Picks one-word winner. Abangan sa ating susunod na episode kung kayo ang mananalo ngayong gabi. Pati na rin sa AMRSP Facebook page, kaya like and follow our page to be updated.
Leading our stories tonight on the religious reports. Various Catholic Church groups and organizations have denounced recent move in Congress to pass a new law reinstating death penalty. The moves happen after President Duterte highlighted the proposed measure as among his priorities in his penultimate State of the Nation address last July. Death penalty was abolished in the Philippines since 2006. In a statement, CBCP Episcopal Commission and Prison Pastoral Chair and Legazpi Bishop Joel Bailon said that with the death penalty, justice is nothing but punishment and never a way to reform the offender. But true justice is restorative, never punitive. The AMRSP, as well as the Council of the Laity of the Philippines, the Coalition Against Death Penalty, and the Vincentian family in the Philippines, all issued statements against this proposed measure. More news from the Philippine Church. The Gupan Archbishop Socrates Villegas and San Jose Nueva Ecija Bishop Roberto Malyari issued a joint statement in time for the resumption of classes. The two bishops, respectively chairmen of the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Seminaries and the Episcopal Commission on Catechesis, and Catholic education, exhorted those involved in education to give our countrymen an access to the truth that will free them from baseless fears and unnecessary anxieties. They also asked all people to participate in a nationwide campaign to pray 10 Hail Marys daily from August 15, Solemnity of the Assumption, to September 15, Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows, for the lifting of lockdowns and the healing of the nation. The Cathedral of the Assumption of Our Lady in Maasin City was declared a diocesan shrine. The declaration was presided over by Maasin Bishop Precioso Cantillas, SDB, during the feast day celebrations last August 15. In his homily, Bishop Cantillas said that the declaration was his diocese's way of thanking God and the people for the gift of faith, especially in this time of pandemic. The parish is one of the oldest churches in southern Leyte, established by the Jesuits in 1771.
Two members of the church hierarchy condemned the murder of Caran de Echanis, a consultant in the peace talks between the government and the National Democratic Front of the Philippines. Randall Caran de Echanis was stabbed and shot in his apartment last August 10. In a statement, San Carlos Bishop Gerardo Alminaza condemned the mark of shameless immorality surrounding the spate of killings in the country. Meanwhile, Manila Apostolic Administrator Bishop Roderick Pavillo personally visited the wake of Echanis last August 15. Meanwhile, here's our top stories from the Holy See and the Universal Church. The Pontifical Council for the Promotion of the New Evangelization has declared the postponement of the 5th World Apostolic Congress on Mercy, originally slated for 10 to 15 August this year. Instead, the next WACOM will be held on the same dates next year. The Archdiocese of Samoa Apia in Oceania will remain as host of the WACOM 5. The Vatican has also declared earlier other worldwide gatherings such as International Eucharistic Congress, World Youth Day, and the World Meeting of Families due to the pandemic. The Passionist family are now preparing to celebrate their Jubilee 300th anniversary of the taking of the habit of St. Paul of the Cross. The Jubilee year, with the theme Renewing Our Mission, Gratitude, Prophecy, and Hope, will open on 22nd of November 2020 and end on the 1st January 2022.
The Holy Father has extended the Jubilee year of Our Lady of Loreto, according to the Archbishop Fabio Dalcin, Pontifical Delegate to the Holy House of Loreto. The Jubilee year was opened last December 8, 2019 and was supposed to end on December 10, 2020. The decision to extend the Jubilee up to 2021 of December is due to the difficulty in celebrating the year due to pandemic. The Jubilee celebrates 100 years since Pope Benedict XV declared Our Lady of Loreto as patroness of aviation. And finally, for news from the religious in the Philippines. The venerable image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in the Basilica of the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in Quezon City was canonically crowned in a liturgical celebration presided over by Cubao Bishop Honesto Ongtioco last August 15. The decree for the coronation was issued by the Holy See last May 13. In the light of the current health crisis, the celebration was toned down and simple, true to the spirit of the Virgin of Carmel, who was described by Saint Therese of the Child Jesus as more of a mother than a queen. The renowned musician and composer Sister Maria Annunciata Santa Ana of the Sisters of St. Paul of Chartres passed away last August 9. Sister Anunciata made her mark as among those in the forefront in composing liturgical music in the vernacular after Vatican II. Among her most popular songs is Sinong Makapaghihiwalay sa Atin, adapted from Paul's letter to the Romans. Her remains were buried in the Garden of Peace of the Our Lady of Shards Convent in Antipolo City last August 11.
That's it for this week's dose of stories from the church and the society.
Join us next Friday for more of
The
Religious Reports.
Susunod na ang POV, Points, Opinions, and Views sa aming pagbabalik.
Here in your new religious routine every Friday evening.
We are the 8 p.m. Habits.
La vida del marinero, del pescador y la de sus familias es muy dura. A veces está marcada por el trabajo forzado o por ser abandonados en puertos lejanos. Además, la competencia de la pesca industrial y la contaminación hacen su trabajo todavía más complicado. Sin la gente del mar, mucha parte del mundo sufriría hambre. Recemos por todas las personas que trabajan y viven del mar, entre ellos los marineros, los pescadores y sus familias.
Scramble Panalo. Ito na ang susunod na pasilip sa ating mystery phrase. Hulaan time. Pinutin lang ang share button ng ating episode for tonight at ilagay inyong sagot sa caption. Don't forget the following hashtags. Hashtag AMRSP, hashtag 8pm habits, hashtag Scramble Panalo, and then your answer. No need to comment on this video or to message our page.
The first viewer to share the mystery phrase on their Facebook accounts will win 200 pesos worth of cell phone loan from AMRSP and the 8pm habits. Tatawagan kayo ng aming staff para malaman kung paano i-claim ang prize.
The winner will be announced through a separate post in the AMRSP Facebook page. Kaya make sure to click the like button and follow the AMRSP Facebook page. Welcome back on the 8pm Habits, and welcome to our advocacy segment titled POV, Points, Opinions, and Views.
And tonight, we will hear the different POVs on a specific topic na recently ay usap-usapan ang media and press freedom in the age of fake news.
Ayun, di ba? Parang mga nakaraang araw, no? Ano yung mga balitang naririnig natin, hindi natin alam kung totoo or...
Mainit siyang topic ngayon.
May fake news, may false news.
Nagugulat ka na lang, pinag-uusapan ka na.
So our guest tonight surely can help us or can clarify these things with us and how to discern about this news.
Yes, so for our guest tonight, let's welcome Attorney Ray Paulo ARPEE Santiago, Executive Director of the Ateneo Human Rights Center. He's also the current chair of the Philippine Coalition for the International Criminal Court and a council member of the Alternative Law Groups. Magandang gabi po, Attorney ARPEE, and welcome to 8pm Habits.
Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Magandang gabi po, Father Angel, Sister Happy at Sister Christine, at sa mga fellow guests ko po, si Sister Mary John at si Jonathan.
Attorney ARPEE, alam natin na ang press freedom at ang freedom of expression ay naka-enshrine sa ating 1987 Constitution. And in recent years, may mga naging controversial pieces of legislation, especially yung cybercrime law and anti-terror law, na posible, we all know na pwedeng maka-impede sa malayang pag-practice ng mga different forms of freedom of speeches. And base sa inyong assessment, ano yung mga gray areas na dapat nating bantayan, especially ng mga mamamayan, para masiguro nating malaya ang ating press?
Oo. Siguro, hindi gray area ang aking i-emphasize, pero ang atake sa press mismo, siguro ito ang kailangan nating bantayan. Pag sinabi nating atake sa ating press, makikita naman natin kung ang gobyerno ba ay sinusupil ang karapatan ng ating press para ihayag ang mga balita. Ngayon, nabanggit kanina ang mga fake news. Paano ba natin malalaman kung fake news to? Kung isa lang o dalawa lang ang sources natin ng news. Kaya napaka-importante na kapag nakikita nating inaatake ang press natin, ibig sabihin ay gusto lang na makontrol ang impormasyon na nakukuha natin. So sa ganito, nagiging propaganda ang information. So ang pinaka-importante malaman natin na ang ating impormasyon ay nakukuha natin sa mga reliable sources. Kaya very important yung usapin na protektahan ang attacks against certain press institutions kagaya ng Rappler at ABS-CBN.
Yes. Sir RP, sa panahon po ngayon na patuloy ang pag-unlad or pag-develop ng mga online platforms tulad ng social media, ano po ang nakikita niyong pamamaraan upang masiguro ang responsible use of media, while also ensuring na hindi ma-infringe ang mga fundamental constitutional rights natin?
Father, kanina po na-mention ang Cybercrime Prevention Act. Tapos yung Cybercrime Prevention Act, yan ay pamamaraan para ang isang libel o libelo ay makomit sa ating, kunyari, pag-post sa Facebook, pag-post sa Twitter, okay, or pag-post man lang kahit sa anumang social media platform. Ngayon, tayo ay may karapatan sa ating freedom of expression at opinion. Hindi natin kailangan na sigurong alamin yung buong batas. Siguro, ang alamin natin ay kahit tayo ay merong karapatan, importante na alam rin natin na tayo ay merong responsibilidad. Hindi po ibig sabihin nito ay tumahimik tayo. Ang ibig pong sabihin nito ay dapat kapag magpo-post tayo, okay, lalo na kung kunyari ay on social issues that is happening right now, okay lang po yan kasi open ground yan for opinion yung nangyayari sa ating gobyerno ngayon, yung nangyayari sa Pilipinas, yung pagtrato sa ating mga mamamayan, yan po ay open ground for criticism. Hindi po dapat tayo matakot, no? Pero pag responsable tayo, kunyari personal na attack against private individuals, yan po dapat maging responsable tayo. Kasi baka naman akala natin meron tayong freedom na mag-post sa wall natin sa social media, pero pag ang inaatake natin ay hindi na public figures, kunyari ating mga government officials, lalo na yung nangyayaring mga aligasyon ng corruption ngayon. Okay lang yan. Pero pag inaatake mo, for example, yung kaibigan mo, o kaya yung nakaaway mo, no, na personal, tapos ilalagay mo sa social media, naku, dapat maging responsable po tayo. Kasi pagka part ng ating karapatan is responsibility at syempre meron ding accountability. Kasi na in a way na violate natin yung karapatan ng private individual na yun po. So social responsibility, social media responsibility po ang kailangan po natin.
Yes, Attorney, I'm sorry, ARPEE, you talk about the social responsibility. Pero ano po ang pinakamalaking hamon sa ating lipunan sa Pilipinas sa panahon ito, lalo na po sa usapin ng mga batayang karapatan?
Para sa akin po, ang pinakamalaking hamon ngayon ay yung pagtrato or interpretasyon ng gobyerno natin sa karapatang pantao. Lalong-lalo na ngayong panahon ng isang pandemic, marami po ang nahihirapang to go by kasi marami po tayo mga mamamay. So, for example, yung pagtrato sa karapatang pantao, hirap. Yung nga pong mga jeepney driver nakikita ngayon, maraming nagugutom. Okay? Yan ang pansin, yung concern nila. No? Tapos sasabihin, ay, yan po ay bawal, no? Dahil baka makapag-spread ng disease kahit na practicing social distancing. No? Tapos kapag tayo ay pumuna na wag namang ganyan, diba? Tapos sasabihin, ay, politika yan. Kayo ay nasa oposisyon, no? Gusto lang ninyo na manalo yung partido nyo. Di ba? Yung sa akin, yung po ang very disturbing na legitimate issues are swept under the rug at ginagawa siyang politika lamang. Imbis na sagutin na tayo ay meron pong karapatan na hindi magutom, tayo ay may karapatan na sabihin kung anong ang ating mga saloobin, hindi po ina-address to. Ito po ay tinatag na politika lamang, binibigyan ng kulay. And worst, no? Ang worst dito is at times ang gagamitin ay yung paghuli. Gagamitin ay ang arrest bilang solusyon sa karapatang pantao. Sa akin po, yun po ang pinaka-disturbing ngayon, yung trato sa karapatang pantao.
ARPEE, meron na ako isang follow-up question kasi Philippines is known as one of the freest free press in Asia or if we can say in the world. Pero ngayon hinahamon yung ating press freedom. Can you still consider it as a free press ang ating media ngayon sa Pilipinas?
I would still consider that we still have a free press. Okay? We still have a free press because hindi po ibig sabihin, sister, na dahil under attack ang ating press, ibig sabihin ay nawawala na rin yung freedom. No? Pero meron pong chilling effect na pangyayari. Di ba? So, lumalaban. Kapag ang press natin ay hindi lumaban, then doon natin makikita na, medyo nawawala ang freedom of the press natin. Pero as it is right now, ako po ay natutuwa na lumalaban, no? Dinalabanan yung mga attacks. And kapag tayo rin ay rene-report natin, diba? Ito tayo, we can also be, in a way, journalists ourselves, not in the licensed way, no? Pero pwede tayong magmasid kung ano nangyayari, no? And again, ang kailangan natin na siguraduhin na tayo rin, kapag ina-atake tayo personally, meron pong mga ganyan nangyayari. Doon natin nakikita yung sinasabi kong pagtrato sa karapatang pantao. But for me, instead of us cowering in fear, no, dapat ay ipagpatuloy natin kasi diyan po natatalo ang freedoms natin kapag tayo ay natatakot. No? Kailangan labanan yung attacks. Okay? So as long as we are aggressive in propagating the truth, I would say, in a way, we still have the freedom, no, to be able to express this.
Malino, malaya pa talaga. Malaya. Kaya yung mga nangyari ng daan, yung pag-atake sa Rappler, sa ABS-CBN, ano, siguro isang malaking palatandaan na talagang nagiging delikado yung sitwasyon ng ating press. Kaya dapat bilang mga relihiyoso, ay meron din tayong responsibilidad.
At bantayan.
Yes.
Bantayan. Kasi pag hindi lumaban, baka akala nila wala tayong pakialam.
Yes. Okay, so thank you, ARPEE. Later po, we will ask for your last word para po sa ating audience.
Yes, thank you, Attorney ARPEE Santiago, Executive Director of the Ateneo Human Rights Center.
Don't go away. When we return, we will hear the POV of the media and journalism field, Mr. Jonathan Vicente of Inquirer.net.
That and more, here on your new religious routine every Friday evening.
This is the
AM
Habits. ba ang mystery phrase? Kung hindi pa, ito na muli ang ating Scramble Panalo. Share this episode to your Facebook accounts at ilagay ang inyong sagot sa post caption. Don't forget the following hashtags: hashtag AMRSP, hashtag APMHabits, hashtag Scramble Panalo, and then your answer. Tandaan po, share and use the caption format at hindi na kailangan mag-comment sa video stream or kaya naman ay mag-message sa aming page.
The first viewer to share the mystery word on their Facebook accounts will win 200 pesos worth of cell phone load from AMRSP and the APMHabits. Tatawagan kayo ng aming staff para malaman kung paano i-claim ang prize.
And the winner will be announced through a separate post in the AMRSP Facebook page at in rin sa aming next episode. Kaya, make sure to like and follow the AMRSP Facebook page.
You're still with us here on POV, Points, Opinions, and Views. We have with us now Mr. Jonathan Vicente, the 1997 Prieto Journalism Awardee and currently one of the editors of Inquirer.net, the online platform of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Good evening, Sir Jonathan, and welcome to the 8 p.m. Habits.
Mapagpalayang biyernes ng gabi po sa inyong lahat at magandang gabi din po sa mga online viewers ninyo at nagagalak po ako na isa sa mga kasama dito sa discussion nyo.
Yes, sir. Sir, sa ilang taon nyo na rin sa larangan ng pamamahayag o journalism, nakita nyo kung paano nag-evolve ang ating press vis-a-vis the state. Paano nyo po kaya i-describe ang ating press freedom sa Pilipinas ngayon?
Well, yung press freedom ngayon is very different from the press freedom na experience ng mga journalists nung araw. Dahil nung araw ang kasama lang print, radio, and TV. Ngayon po meron na rin tayong online, so parang 4 na outlet na po yung ini-enjoy ng karamihan na outlet sa kanilang freedom of expression. Pero nung araw po kasi medyo iba yung batas na sinabi nga ni Atty. ARPEE kanina, no, yung meron tayong cybercrime, cyber law ngayong panahon na to dahil nga sa emergence nung online media, so nagkaroon ng cyber law. Nung araw ang kaso lang sa mga nasa dyaryo, TV, tsaka print ay libel. So yung cyber law ngayon ay bago sa amin, bago sa ating saligang batas. Kaya medyo karamihan na hindi pa familiar dito sa cyber law. Pero ang pagkakaintindi lang namin sa cyber law is mas matapang siya kaysa sa libel. Kagaya nung araw ang libel ay may parang meron siyang penalty ng up to 6 years imprisonment, yung sa pagka na convict ka sa cyber libel law, umaabot na to ng 12 years imprisonment, at nung ang difference ng libel sa cyber libel, ang libel pwede kang magpiyansa ng 10,000. Ngayon ata ang cyber libel law is parang nasa 100,000 ata yung bail na nire-recommend ng So nandoon naman yung yung responsibility ng karamihan para to adhere dun sa cyber libel law. Pero ang setback kasi dito, anyone can file a case of cyber libel law sa mga journalist, basta ang element lang dito na offend ka or although walang malice or hindi malicious yung sinulat mo o pinablish mo online, basta yung offended party mag-file ng cyber libel law, bahala na yung korte o yung prosecutor's office mag-determine kung tatayo ba yung kaso o hindi, kung i-dismiss ba o hindi. So yung malaking diferensya yun nung araw tsaka yung ngayon po.
Okay, you mentioned yung sa cyber law po, how about with the fake news? So paano po yun? And we know that is all over the world, hindi lang po dito sa Pilipinas, na naglipad ang mga fake news at ang mga taong nagpa-fabricate nito. So sa inyong palagay po, ano ang impact ng fake news sa demokrasya natin, lalong-lalo na sa pagdating sa usapin ng mga basic freedoms?
Napakalaking diferensya po nung pagpo-propagate ng fake news sa freedom of expression. Meron tayong freedom of expression, but that doesn't mean na pwede mong abusuhin o pwede kang mag-publish o mag-post online ng kahit anong gusto mo, no? Kasi meron tayong batas, meron tayong sinusunod. Meron ding although hindi gaanong restricted pagdating sa online, sa online publication, yung kinakailangan lang talaga yung responsibility, kung tama ba tong isinusulat ko, tama ba tong ipinopost ko, kung meron ba akong masasaktan o masasagasaan sa ipopost ko, kung meron bang tama ba ito, kung naayon ba to sa morality ng ating society. So ang kailangan lang kasi sa mga nagse-surf sa internet yung dapat mapagmatsyag tayo, suriin natin mabuti yung mga nababasa natin, kasi mas marami po ang fake news kaysa sa legitimate na news information na nakukuha natin sa online, kaysa yung sa traditional na print, radio, and TV. Sa online kasi, meron ng mga Photoshop, meron ng mga pwede mong i-manipulate yung mga text. Sa Inquirer lang po, in our part, marami na po kaming ipinost na legitimate news story na tinitwist, binabago nila. Hindi ko alam kung paano nila ginagawa, Photoshop o ano. Pero minsan may mga legitimate news article kami na inilalabas na ini-screen grab o screenshot ng mga ibang tao, then pinapalitan nila ng mga salita, pinapalitan nila ng mga litrato. Pero yung logo ng Inquirer.net doon. So kami rin po nagiging biktima rin ng fake news. Marami po mga news article na namin ang na i-publish ng iba na medyo twisted yung laman. Sa part naman namin, pag may nakita kaming mga gano'n sa social media, nililinaw namin na hindi namin gawa ito, tapos ipinopost namin yung version namin sa version ng fake news. Pinagdidikit namin yun at nilalabas namin para mas maraming tao ang makaalam kung ano yung fake news sa hindi. So, yun po yung dapat mapagmatsyag tayo. Taasan natin yung level of assessment natin kung totoo ba tong binabasa natin o hindi. Kasi maraming pwedeng ilabas na hindi naman totoo. Yun po.
Hello po sa anak niyo. Mukhang gusto rin sumali sa ating show. Paglaki niya, journalist din yan. Anyway, sir, tama po kayo. Talagang fact-checking is very important nowadays, lalong-lalo na sa mga balita po na nababasa ng mga individual. Siguro sir, itong huli, nakasentro po yung tanong ko sa ating mga mamamayan or citizenry. Ano po ang inyong vision na dapat maging role ng mga journalists tulad ninyo upang mapataas ang antas ng kaalaman ng ating mga mamamayan, lalong-lalo na nga at nagkalat ang fake news?
Yung trabaho ng media ngayon po napakabigat ng responsibilidad ng media ngayong araw, ngayong panahon na to. Kasi nung araw sa print, naranasan ko rin po maging editor sa print, sa newspaper, medyo yung kung paano namin salain yung mga balita na ilalabas kinabukasan sa dyaryo, napaka-stringent po, kumbaga dadaan po ng butas ng karayom bago mailabas. Ilang editor ang dadaan nun kung magde-determine nun kung libelous o hindi. So, sa print, napaka-stringent. Pagdating po sa online, dahil yung level of attention ng tao ngayon medyo mabilis na. So, mas mabilis na rin yung publication ng mga istorya. Ang part lang nung media i-share kung ano yung balita na nakukuha, balita na nangyayari, at hindi hinahaluan ng ibang twist kung ano man. At education na rin po ang sa ating sambayanan. Dapat hindi po tayo madalas mabilis mapaniwala sa mga nababasa. Dapat mag-rely lang po tayo sa mga reliable information sa website. Kasi yung iba pagdating sa online napakalawak yung overnight pwede kang mag-put up ng isang website na pwede mong sabihin na yung news-oriented na website. Madali lang, pero ang laman nun, kung may gusto kang siraan na ibang tao, kung meron kang mas madali rin lang. So nasa ano pa rin po yun nasa tao pa rin po kung talagang maniniwala sila o hindi.
I agree with Sir Jonathan. Nasa tao din, kailangan maging mapanuri at mapagmatsyag. Hindi lahat sinishare. Hindi lahat dapat inaangkin na totoo. Dapat may maging inquirer din tayo dapat. Thank you very much, Sir Jonathan Vicente of Inquirer.net.
At sa aming pagbabalik, maririnig naman natin ang POV mula sa mga consecrated people, and we will be joined by Sister Mary John Mananzan of the Missionary Benedictine Sisters of Tulsing.
Only here on your new religious routine every Friday evening.
This is the 8 p.m. Habits.
guest for the POV segment, ang aming former co-chairperson sa AMRSP and currently the Vice President for External Affairs of St. Scholastica's College, Sister Mary John Mananzan of the Missionary Benedictine Sisters of Tutsing. Magandang gabi po, Sister MJ.
Good evening, Sister.
Maggabi rin.
Sister, ilang beses na rin kayong naging biktima ng verbal abuse at fake news online. So, ano yung opinion nyo na ano kaya yung hamon sa simbahan naman upang labanan ang kasinungalingan at patuloy na ma-uphold ang press freedom?
Yung sinasabi mong several, kung ang dami-dami na niyan. ang dami na ng mga red tagging, mga trolls, ganyan-ganyan. Ang tingin ko, sa akin naman kasi, pag may sinasabi ako, I am saying this because I think it is right and I do not care what other people think about it. Silang bahala sa kanilang opinion. Ang importante lang sa akin is magkaroon ako ng inner security in myself. So that when I'm saying something, I really believe in what I am saying and I really believe that I have to say it. Kasi in our religious language, ano ba ang challenge ngayon? Sa akin, ang challenge ngayon is prophetic. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng prophet? Stand up, speak out. Di ba ganun? Sa Old Testament prophet, stand up, speak out. Sabing ganun. So ibig sabihin, we have to say something about what is happening to us. And another thing that we have to realize is, just because you are religious, we are not less citizens of this country. And therefore, we have to do the responsibility of being a citizen, and that is to really look at what is happening, to make a judgment about it, and to make a position about it, and to express our position, and not be a fence-sitter. Sa akin, dapat lahat ng mga religious, sa akin ngayon, ang challenge natin talaga is prophetic action, no? A challenge to prophecy. Kasi talaga ngayon sa mga araw na to, talagang sina-challenge tayo niya na to take a stand. And we all know what Christ's stand is for justice for the poor, special concern for the poor. So ang tingin ko, ang mga church people, we just have to practice this. When they see something and they have to be in solidarity with those who are being oppressed and who are being, what do you call this, who are disadvantaged. And I think we just have to go on with it. That is my opinion. And as somebody said already, I don't know if somebody said it, but you know, just as fear is contagious, so is courage. When I see people, for example, ngayon yung pinatay na spokesperson dito at saka yung pinatay na si Zara, my goodness, I'm sure these people knew that when they are doing what they are doing, pwede silang talagang may danger sa kanilang buhay. And yet they continue to do it. And that gives me very much courage. Ano naman ang stake ko? Ano lang, troll lang. Ano ba yun? Hindi pa naman ako pinapatay, no? But their example, nakakapagbigay sa akin ng courage na just go on. Just say what you have to say. And kung 1,000 trolls ang nandyan, well, I don't care. That's my attitude.
Sister, you mentioned about speaking out. Dito sa simbahan po natin sa Pilipinas, paano pa po natin ma-maximize ang paggamit ng traditional at new forms of media sa work of evangelization?
So, we should be more, ang simbahan kasi dapat more technologically literate, no? Huwag natin sabihin na the things of the world dyan eh. Ay hindi, ating-ating yan. Just as media can be used for terrible things, for libel, for spreading bad things about people, but it's still a means of communication. And I think the church should be able to use all the means of communication in order to spread the gospel, in order to bring about what we want, which is a comprehensive transformation of our society. So I think we church people should be more anong tawag doon, knowledgeable about all the forms of media. For example, we have the as you know, we have the TV Maria, no? I think we should support the TV Maria very very much, and we should contribute to whatever it is presenting, kasi meron na tayong means eh. Ang kailangan doon talaga is dapat yung papalabas natin dapat talagang makabuluhan at interesting, and people would like to listen to it. So ang tingin ko, meron tayong mga means of doing that. Siguro we should use other means. For example, tayo lahat may FB. Ang dami nating mabibigay na inspirational, what do you call this, blog or whatever it is. Alam ko yun kasi kung minsan magbigay lang ako ng konting inspirational. Ang dami-daming sumasagot. Thank you so much. It's very inspiring, ganyan-ganyan. I think we should maximize. Napakadali kasi. Lahat naman tayo may phone, di ba? So, imbis na gagamitin lang ng mga tao yung technical devices na yan for spreading bad news, I think we should use it to spread the good news. Okay?
Natutuwa sapagkat nakasama namin kayo ngayong gabi. Isa po kayong inspirasyon lalo na po sa aming mga batang relihiyoso. Hindi lang sa pakikibaka, kundi sabi nyo nga po sa pagsasalita ng katotohanan para sa nakakarami. Ilan lamang kayo katulad nila Sister Cres, nila Sister Mariani, at kayo po ang nabubuhay pa ngayon na talagang patuloy na nagbibigay ng inspirasyon sa amin. So Sister, salamat sa Diyos, marami tayong mga manunood, no? Mga religious, mga laiko, na nagtatanong din siguro kung ano ba ang pakialam nila sa malayang pamamahayan. Ano po ang mensahe niyo sa kanila?
Dapat tayo makialam talaga. I will tell you something, no? I have a nephew in the army, in the general pa yata. And I wanted to ask him something about the peace panel and all that. Ang sabi niya sa akin, Tita Madre, huwag ka nang makialam dyan. Sabi sa akin. Sabi ko, hindi pwede akong hindi makialam. Kasi ako, nung pumasok ako sa kumbento, hindi ko naman give up ang aking pagiging citizen of the Philippines. And therefore, meron akong karapatan, hindi lang karapatan, obligasyon na makialam sa mga issues na nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. So yun ang aking yun ang aking payo, kung gusto mo bang payo, yun ang gusto kong sabihin sa mga taong simbahan. Tayo ay citizens of this country. Ang importanteng responsibilidad natin ay talagang to stand for what is right, to stand for what is the truth, to stand for the poor and the oppressed. At yun dapat ay hindi lamang sa ating pag-iisip, hindi lamang sa ating mga private conversation, but let's make it public. What our especially ngayon, tignan nyo naman yun, parang with impunity na lang yung pinatay ito, pinatay yun, maglalagay ng mga tarpaulin na nandoon ang mga so-called red people at parang paglalagay nila sa tarpaulin na yun, meron na silang karapatan na patayin. My God, I'm to say, we should say, this cannot be. Hindi pwede natin masabi, sige, yun ang problema nila. Problema natin yun. Ang sa akin, ang problema ng mamamayan ay problema natin mga taong simbahan. Kasi mamamayan din tayo. At saka, sinasabi natin, kapatid natin sila. Ba't wala tayong pakialam sa mga nangyayari sa kanila? So, yun po ang aking message lang, makialam tayo. Pero doon tayo sa tama. Doon tayo para sa kabutihan ng mga mamamayan at ng mga kapatid natin na inaapi. Yun lang po.
Maraming salamat po, Sister Mary John Mananzan, sa inyong mga ibinahagi ngayong gabi. That was Sister Mary John Mananzan of the Missionary Benedictine Sisters of Tutsing.
Ayan, talagang napakalalim ng ating talakayan ngayong gabi.
Ang daming laman.
I learned something. Talagang we have to continue to be involved. Not because personally, but at the same time, we are also citizens of this country and we are part of this.
Ikaw, Sister, bago ka naging madre, kasama ka ng mga preso, anong pakiramdam mo ngayon?
I think hindi ako lumipat ng bakod. Kasi sabi nga ni Sister MJ, I'm still part of the society. nung nagpumasok ako sa kumbento, I did not surrender my citizenship as a Filipina, as a Filipino. So, I am part and parcel of the problem and the solution. Kung hindi ko bibigyan ng parte ang sarili ko sa mga responsibilidad ko bilang citizen ng bansang ito, I'm giving a yes to those who wants to abuse press freedom. And for 7 years that I was working, I saw the struggle of the freedom of the press, lalo na yung mga maliliit na tao, yung mga nasa likod ng camera. At hindi siya basta trabaho lang. It's passion that drives them to say the news.
I think also Sir Jonathan mentioned about it, passion, but also ARPEE.
Kaya nga nakakalungkot na meron tayong humigit kumulang na 11,000 no?
Yes.
ng mga nawalan ng trabaho dahil sa pagsasara ng ABS-CBN. At syempre, hindi rin lingid sa kaalaman kung paano tratuhin ng gobyerno ang Rappler at ang iba pang mga mamamahayag na talaga nagsasalita ng katotohanan. In fact, ako personally, yung mga sinasabi nilang bashing na experience ko yun. Last year, nung nanggaling ako ng UN to speak out, I need to sacrifice yung Facebook account ko, na matagal kong pinaghirapan, no? Pero syempre give up na rin natin yun. Pero sabi nga, napaka-importante talaga na maging boses tayo ng mga walang boses sa laylayan. Kaya nagpapasalamat tayo sa ating mga panauhin ngayong gabi at siguro pwede na natin silang hingan kung ano yung kanilang mensahe o last words for this segment of our show.
Yes,
ARPEE?
Maraming salamat po ulit, Father. Siguro yung last words ko, narinig natin kay Jonathan at kay Sister Mary John na kailangan natin maging involved. Para tayo maging involved, kailangan tayo ay informed. So pag sinabi natin kailangan natin maging informed, kailangan meron tayong makukunan ng impormasyon. Paano natin malalaman ang news kung ito ay fake news? Kung ito lang ang makukuha nating balita. So ganyan ka-importante ang outlets of information. And kailangan nating maging discerning. Pag sinabi nating discerning, hindi dapat tayo maniwala agad sa isang meme o sa isang propaganda. Kaya kailangan ay alamin natin ano bang totoo. Maraming sources of information. Yun yung katagang fake news. Paano natin malalaman kung ito ay talagang fake? Diba? Ang gobyerno ba ang papaniniwalaan natin na magsasabi iyan ay fake news? So kailangan independently ma-verify natin ano ba talaga ang katotohanan. Ganyan ka-importante ang access natin to information. At sa ating saligang batas, ang access to information ay nakadikit sa karapatan natin to peaceably assemble and to ask redress from government. So maging aktibo po tayo, maging discerning tayo, at we have to be informed. Maraming salamat po. Magandang gabi po sa lahat.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ARPEE. Sir Jonathan?
Yes, good evening ulit once again. Ang short message lang ibibigay ko na para sa mga mag-internet, sa online, sana maging responsable tayo sa pagbigay natin ng mga balita, sa pag-share o sa pag-post ng salita sa online. Hindi naman sinasabi na manahimik tayo dahil kailangan din ng siyanan na tayo mga kinauukulan. So, ang kailangan maging sabi tayo, kung tayo naman ang tatanggap ng mga makakabasa ng mga post o ng mga balita, no? Maging discerning tayo, kagaya ng sinabi ni Atty. ARPEE, discerning tayo kung ma-determine natin kung ito ba ay gawa ng mga troll, ito ba ay fake news, o ito ba yung galing sa legitimate na source ng information. Kaya, ayun, no? Dahil sa teknolohiya no, ng internet, napalit natin ang mundo natin, kaya nating mabasa yung mga balita sa iba't ibang klase ng panig ng mundo. No? Pero kailangan din natin maging mapagmatsyag. Yun lang po. Maraming gabi. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Sir Jonathan. Sister MJ?
Yeah, siguro nasabi ko na yung message ko pero isa-summarize ko na lang. Ang tingin ko, tayong mga taong simbahan, ang challenge sa atin ngayon talaga is let us be true to our prophetic nature. Sa baptism na lang natin at siyempre tayong mga religious lalo pa na ang ibig sabihin ng being a prophet nowadays is to announce the good news by our way of life and to denounce the bad news, which is that is a little bit difficult kasi we can get really step on people's toes or we can be what do you call this? We can be target of trolls. But in order to do that, ang tingin ko importante kasi yung yung inner security natin. And I am a Benedictine and we have this ora et labora na motto namin. Sa akin, kasi kung minsan sasabihin nila, activist yan, di na nagdadasal yan. Oh, excuse me. Sa akin, contemplation is the soil from which prophecy arises. So kung wala kang contemplative aspect, wala ka rin courage to tell the truth or to stand for what is truth, whatever is the consequence. So yun na sa akin ang ating challenge ngayon. Be true to your prophetic nature of your being Christian. And then when you do that, then you can infect everybody else with whatever acts of courage you will be able to do because you are rooted in your contemplation. So yun lang po, gusto ko na magkasama yung contemplation and action. Meron nga akong saying na ganito, a mystic is a prophet in contemplation and a prophet is a mystic in action. Yun po ang aking message sa lahat.
Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat po sa aming mga guests. Sana po hindi to ang huli. Makasama namin kayo sa iba pang episode ng 8 PM Habits.
At syempre,
pag matapos ang ating episode, balikan natin ang ating Scramble Panalo. Yes.
Ito na yung last chance na mahulaan ang Scramble Panalo. Share this episode on your Facebook accounts at ilagay ang inyong sagot sa post caption. Don't forget the following hashtags. Hashtag AMRSP, hashtag 8 PM Habits, hashtag Scramble Panalo, and there your answer.
the first viewer to share the mystery word on their Facebook accounts will win 200 pesos worth of cellphone load from AMRSP and the 8 PM Habits. Tatawagan kayo ng aming staff para malaman kung paano i-claim ang prize.
The winner will be announced through a separate post in the AMRSP Facebook page, pati na rin sa aming next episode. Kaya make sure to like and follow the AMRSP Facebook page. Okay.
Ang bilis, no?
Ang bilis nun. Pero punong-puno.
Yes.
Yeah. Gusto ko lang gusto ko yung sinabi nilang tatlo, one kay Attorney ARPEE is be informed.
Be informed. Thus, know also the source of the information.
And then kay Sir Jonathan is
irresponsible.
Yes, the sense of responsibility. And then kay Sister Mary John MANANZAN is the contemplative in action.
Yung prophetic
nature, yes, of our vocation.
Kaya Sister Christina, baka pagkatapos ng episode na ito ay may article ka ng ilalathala mamaya para marami pa tayong mga religyoso.
That's a challenge actually. Coming out from the novitiate, because we have our mother founder, St. Maria Julie would say, do not clip their wings, instead direct the flight. So I think it applies also to me. And she also said, love our lives. So we are the only ones who can appreciate and who can fight for the kind of environment that we would like to live now. So if we will not fight for our generations, it's a big responsibility for us to make sure that the future generations of not only of the consecrated people but of all of the entire society to have a free environment, especially free press.
Ayan, talagang hindi po kami nagkamali sa pagpili ng aming guest co-host. ngayong episode. Maraming salamat, Sister T ng Religious of the Assumption.
It's my pleasure.
Then Sister Christine EMMANUEL LOMEDA.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you kasi nag-enjoy ako sa napakalalim na kwentuhan. And it's been a long time since I was able to talk about press freedom. And nagpapasalamat din ako sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa APM Habits. Ako po uli, si Sister Christine EMMANUEL LOMEDA from the Religious of the Assumption.
And join us again next week for more stories from the consecrated life, the church, and from our society. I am Sister Happy Montecillo of the Daughters of St. Anne.
And I am Father Angel Cortez from the Order of Friars Minor. We have been your companions in your new religious routine every Friday evening.
We are
the APM Habits.